What's up, y'all? Just waiting for some folks to roll in. Hope everybody's getting their happy, merry holiday, the Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is, off. What's going on, folks? Just giving a few minutes for everybody to roll in. Hopefully y'all are doing well, enjoying whatever holiday or season this is for you. If you celebrate, if you don't, another day, another dollar. Another day, another day, another day, another deal. It is what it is. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. Noticing that we're getting together with our health and our wealth. I got some folks out there that I owe it to, including myself, to get back on some things and some promises that we're going to keep. You know, one of my big things is always accountability. And I'm a person who has never bit my tongue or held back on anything. At any rate, it's been 5 good minutes. I don't want to be on too long, so we're going to get it going. Salute, War Child. What's going on? And all my family on Facebook watching right now, what's going on? All right, so let me get to sharing this screen for y'all. Oh yeah, the beat on the track, that's by my boy, me. That was made years ago. But I always am looking for expansion. So let me pause this. And as you'll see here, this is from Forbes Advisor. Now it tells you about the best life insurance companies of 2020. So this is obviously current. Now, one thing I want to preface this with, being that I am also a licensed advisor, is that one thing we don't like to be, just because we sell life insurance does not mean that's the only product. Okay, that's your financial foundation that we start with. I had to cam up for this to look you in the face to let you know it's real. Because you have so many other things that encompass life insurance besides a death benefit. So now let's get into it. Okay, so for you as the client, finding the best life insurance company can be difficult for any consumer who has to navigate a huge range of products and pricing variables. A life insurance purchase is usually a long-term commitment, especially if you're buying cash value life insurance. This type of insurance can require significant investment over time and is intended for long-range financial goals. For these reasons, we focused on the quality of companies' cash value insurance offerings in our ratings. So, in this post, they'll compare life insurance, the best companies that they like. Pacific Life. Now, also, I want to preface this. A lot of these companies are not available to your average consumer. For example, John Hancock requires you to apply for a minimum of $750,000, or else you can't apply. Other companies have specific financial barriers, but that's just one I can think of. So if you'll see here, they say Pac Life, then they say Penn Mutual, then Northwestern Mutual. Oh, okay, those are advertisements. I'm sorry. Advertisements, motherfucker, ain't that? That's a shame. They even fooled me. I didn't even realize they were advertising for those companies. That was a paid ad. Okay, so this is the life insurance company ratings. As you see, they go up to 5 stars, and the Forbes Advisor rating by the company. Okay, so it is in range. So they start with Pac Life or Pacific Life, which is the one with the whale. Next is Penn Mutual or Legal General. Next, they have Northwestern Mutual. Okay. Next, they have AXA Equitable. Okay. Next, they have rated Lincoln National. Okay. Then they have Pruco or Prudential. Okay, then they have United of Omaha or Mutual of Omaha, or if you are in the state of New York, Companion Life, which now has been pulled out of the state of New York. So Mutual of Omaha does not operate in the state of New York. Protective, Transamerica Life Insurance Company, John Hancock Life Insurance Company, Ohio National, Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, Midland National Life Insurance Company, State Farm, American General Life Insurance Company, Massachusetts Mutual or Mass Mutual Life Insurance, Principal National Life Insurance, River Shores Life Insurance, Minnesota Life Insurance, Nationwide, New York Life, Cincinnati Life, National Life, Allianz Life, and Emeritus. So Forbes Advisor life insurance company ratings are based on permanent life insurance product data from Veralytic. So it tells you here how to evaluate your term life insurance. So products represented in these ratings are cash value life insurance products. Wait, what? The term is not cash value. What did they say? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I misread that. Products represented in these ratings are cash value life insurance products. While term life insurance is an important and useful product for many buyers, it doesn't require the same investment and buying analysis that permanent life insurance products often do. And term life isn't scored in our ratings. If you're shopping for term life insurance, you'll generally want to focus on comparing premium quotes among several companies for the amount and length of term policy you want, and make sure the company earns a financial strength rating in the A range from Standard & Poor's, AM Best, or Moody's. Standard & Poor's, the S&P, AM Best, or Moody's, Moodys. Life insurers generally have their ratings on their websites, or ask your insurance agent or financial advisor. You can also, and this is something that will trip up a lot of agents, and I'm going to cam up for this again because I like Batman. But you can also ask a lot of agents for the company's annual statement. And that will, I don't know why you'll ask for it, because most people will never read it or understand what they're reading, but it's something you can ask your advisor for. It's kind of one of those things that people do. Oh, send me more information. If I send you more information, you're going to look at it and still not know what to do. So, tips for buying cash value life insurance. Cash value policies are good for buyers who need life insurance for estate planning purposes, to fund a trust that will support a lifelong dependent, such as a special needs child, to accumulate cash value for investment purposes, or to simply provide a legacy for heirs. Can I read that? Let the church say amen. Can I read that again? Tips for buying cash value life insurance. Cash value policies are good for buyers who need life insurance for estate planning purposes, to fund a trust. I talk to a lot of people in a lot of sectors, and they always, you got to get a trust. The easiest way and the cheapest way, or the most frugal and financially savvy way to fund a trust is with pennies on the dollar with a life insurance policy. So cash value policies are good for buyers who need life insurance for estate planning purposes, to fund a trust that will support a lifelong dependent, such as a special needs child, to accumulate cash value for investment purposes, like a stock that's about to go on the S&P 500, even though there's a life insurance policy that grows at currently around 6.4% compound interest rate already attached to the S&P 500 for over 120 years, consistently paying dividends, but it's not the flashy, hot, shiny thing. And this is what differentiates someone who is an advisor or an accredited investor versus a journeyman or an unlicensed individual or an unsavvy investor. And there's no problem with either. But it's just like the cash flow quadrant. The real estate agent wants to become the real estate broker so that he no longer has to make money off of his efforts. So permanent life insurance policies with cash value include whole life insurance and universal life insurance. There's a caveat to that, actually, because one thing that they did not mention is that you can also have a return of premium term policy. So what that means is you actually do have a term policy that does have a cash value accumulation portion attached to it. So how does that happen? Because let's say you're paying $1,000 a year for 10 years. So that's $10,000 on a 10-year term. You're actually going to get all of that $10,000 back at the end of that term if certain conditions are met. Okay, I'm going to take the cam off again. I like doing this. This is kind of cool. So, buyers of cash value life insurance policies have many considerations that may not be obvious at first. But the policy's coverage amount and quoted premium aren't necessarily the right focus unless you're buying term life insurance. Factors such as internal policy costs and companies' investment performance can greatly affect the financial benefits of the policy in the future. Here are some tips for buying cash value policies based on the factors we use for scoring the companies. Insist that cost disclosures be included in any proposals for universal life insurance. A life insurance quote reflects, give me 1 second, my mouth is dry, I need to drink some more water. Reading does that though. Reading is fundamental. Everybody, make sure you stay hydrated, especially as it's cold out there. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially as it's cold out there. If you're just watching for the first time, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. If you want to show support, you can always Cash App. You can always check out the website. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Support the Cash App. Once again, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Support the Cash App. Thank you for those who have in the past and will in the future. So you want to insist that cost disclosures be included in any proposals for universal life insurance. A life insurance quote reflects what you'll be billed for, but it doesn't tell you anything about a policy's internal costs, such as expenses and fees, things like the cost of insurance within the policy. Be sure to insist that any universal life insurance illustration include the detailed expense pages or policy accounting pages. It's important to look at the year-by-year policy charges instead of just comparing how much it costs. Products with a low premium quote but higher cost have greater risk that higher premium payments will be required in the future, or that the actual growth of the cash value will be low. In other words, if you wouldn't go to the bank and say, I want to save a bunch of money, so I'm only going to put in $1 a week. No, if you want to save a bunch of money, you put in $100 a week. But then you're going to your life insurance and saying, I want a bunch of money, but I only want to put in $1 a week. It can't work like that. Let me go ahead and take a look at some of these comments here. What we got: salute to the gentleman, salute to War Child, salute to Rael. They're saying what's up to each other. Salute. Financial health and advice. Yes, and health is definitely wealth. Someone mentioned to me, if you got a bunch of money but you can't get out of bed, what's the point? Because you can't enjoy the money. Exactly. Everybody, no doubt. Listen, we are here for a purpose, and that purpose is to learn and grow. Okay, so let me take another swig of water here. Like I said, make sure that you remain hydrated. It's very important that we do that. Anybody, if this is your first time watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. So you want to look at financial strength ratings. Oh, one funny thing and I'm not bashing any candidate, I'm a registered independent, but during the Obama administration, the Moody's rated our credit rating, the country, from I think a AAA to a AA. So America's got bad credit. since the Obama administration. It's bad. They put a brother in office and they took our credit away. Terrible. So you want to look at financial strength ratings. A strong financial strength rating is more than just assurance. Actually, I want to speak to that. That wasn't just a joke. There is a black tax, and it's shown in things like mortgages and other credit applications, that for the simple fact that most African Americans do not come from wealth and have the possibility for good co-signers or prior people with good credit, that they get looked credit averse initially for the simple fact that they apply as a foundational Black American. It's looked at differently when you are a foreigner, but not as a foundational Black American. I feel like I'm quoting Dr. Boyce Watkins. And if anybody knows anything about Dr. Boyce Watkins, he does have a bit of potty mouth. And the reason is because he's passionate about these things. So a strong financial strength rating is more than just assurance that the company won't go out of business decades from now, or centuries when you're talking about insurance companies, because most insurance companies have been around since 1776. Currently and still paying dividends. But insurers with better claims paying ability today are more likely to perform better between now and the time of a life insurance claim. Insurers with greater financial strength can be less likely to need to increase internal policy costs and premiums in response to challenging financial times. So ratings are available from agencies such as S&P, Standard & Poor's, and AM Best and Moody's, and are usually found on insurers' websites. Don't assume insurers offer competitive pricing for everyone. Yes, insurers do want your business, but potential prices can vary widely. And a company that offers a competitive price for one customer may not have a good deal for someone else. Each life insurance product can have more than 10,000 different prices when you consider that each product has different pricing at every age. Male versus females get different pricing. Pricing vary for up to 5 different health classes. There can be 2 or 3 price variations for smoking status, smoker, non-smoker, never smoked. There could be 4 to 6 rate bands depending on how much coverage you buy. Rates can vary if you want a product that accumulates cash value faster, and other pricing variations. Look under the hood, advises Barry Flagg, founder of Veralytic. That means asking for proposals that show year-by-year disclosure of policy charges for universal life insurance, or the dividend interest crediting rate for whole life insurance. Let me catch my breath again really quickly. Man, it's good to stay hydrated. So the methodology. We use data provided to Forbes Advisor by Veralytic, a leading publisher of pricing and performance research and competitiveness ratings for cash value life insurance products. Veralytic maintains a database of thousands of life insurance products and measures the competitiveness of each product against industry benchmarks to score each policy. We rated the largest 25 companies according to market share for cash value life insurance issued. Although not all large companies are represented, companies that sell all or mostly term life insurance products were not included. Nor were some companies that are direct writers, meaning they sell policies either directly to consumers or only through their own exclusive agents like Gerber. Life insurance companies' products were scored by Veralytic based on these 5 measurements. 1, cost competitiveness of internal policy charges for the cost competitive of internal policy charges for the company's cash value policies. 2, pricing stability of the internal cost and illustrated expectations relative to a company's historical experience. 3, availability of policy account values for the company's permanent life insurance products. 4, historical performance of invested assets underlying policy cash values for the company's products. 5, financial strength of the company. The life insurance companies offering the largest proportion of products with the highest Veralytic ratings in these 5 measurements received the best scores. So, how we developed the Forbes Life Insurance Company ratings. The Veralytic data scores permanent life insurance products from each company on a 5-star scale. To calculate our ratings, we determined which companies have the largest proportion of high-scoring products, making the companies worth serious consideration for a buyer of permanent life insurance. 50% of score percentage of 5-star policies among the company's life insurance products. 40% of the score percentage of 4-star and higher products among the company's offering. 10% of score, no low-scoring life insurance products, or a very low percentage. Make sure if you're entering for the first time, you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so you can get updated when we drop new knowledge. This is very important. If you missed our webinar with CG Wealth Solutions, which ADH Wealth Solutions am a subsidiary of, you missed our home buying seminar and the raffle to win a free book from our mortgage loan originator, Q. I'll see if I can possibly get he or our attorney back on. I'm looking to partner with other Black professionals so we can have series as such, because there are people in other spaces. I know some people in the digital or crypto markets. Personally, I am bearish on that, but I am not unwilling to let them come and speak about it. And we can actually have our debates and come to some conclusivity. Because I'm bearish of it, I am an advisor, so I still do need to be versed in it. And I'm willing to do some banter back and forth with you about it, because I feel that's valuable, as do many of my clients. So remember, if this is your first time entering, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell and support the Cash App. So, how Veralytic scores their life insurance products. Buyers, which is what this is all about, because at the end of the day, you are spending your money on it, so you really do want to know what you're buying. And that's why when someone asks how much is a life insurance policy for a 48-year-old healthy man, I say, how much is a Mercedes-Benz? And then he goes, well, it depends on, So buyers looking for cash value life insurance policies need confidence that their money will be at work for them over the many years and often decades. Choosing the right permanent life policy requires more than just a comparison of premiums, quotes, or price shopping, particularly since current regulations permit insurers to quote a lower premium than other products, even when internal policy costs are higher than other products. You don't want to have to pay more premiums than expected or have your cash value eaten away by high fees and charges or lower than expected performing investments. Okay? Veralytic's benchmarking system incorporates these elements. So yeah, I want to get the bombs like GG, y'all, like Green Gorilla. So y'all need the support so I can get the music and the sound. Also, thanks to Green Gorilla, you put me onto that too, buddy. I ain't really mess with it much because I don't really be on this internet stuff like this, to be honest. I'm a real life type dude. So like this is a new realm for me. Like I've been on it for years, but I'm not really an internet dude like a lot of y'all. So and I'm not bashing anyone for being on the internet, but this is new to me. Cost competitiveness. This indicator evaluates a product's internal charges, encompassing the cost of insurance, fixed administrative expenses, cash value-based rap sheets, fees, and premium loads. Now let's take a look at this, because here are some indicators in policy product charges. So for example, when you apply for a life insurance policy, a lot of things happen here. One of the main things that happen, I see actually someone asks here, yes, please have people come on. So no doubt I will have people come on, watch out, not a problem. Let me check if I can see here, if I can check my Facebook comments. No, okay. I gotta figure this out. I'm dual streaming at the moment. It's like I said, this internet stuff is weird. At any rate, let's go back here. So some things that factor into the premium are when you apply for a life insurance policy, especially a cash value life insurance policy, they do have something called the paramed exam. What that means is that they're sending a licensed clinician or a licensed phlebotomist to come and collect things like blood, urine, oral swab, do an EKG, or other exams on you to physically test your health. Well, that has to be paid for, and that's paid for to the tune of $500 to $600 to $1,000 to that person to come to you. So sometimes you often make them come back out and be paid for it. And this factors into the cost of your insurance. Meanwhile, you haven't paid dime one yet. Some people do, and they get what's called a conditional receipt. We'll go into that later. But this person has to come out and evaluate you. They also have to pay someone to underwrite and look at and do things like subpoena your medical records. When they subpoena your medical records, they have to pay your doctor for your medical records. Now, when we purchase your medical records, it's legal through HIPAA. You've also signed off on it by applying for the life insurance policy, because you're allowing us, you're telling us, listen, you have to look at me and my health to determine your risk on this investment, because you're investing in my life via life insurance, because it's a guarantee 100% I will die. Nobody makes it out of life alive. So the house always wins. But I'm betting you, because you can die day one, and if you've paid for your life insurance and it's $1 million, but your premium was $100, you've paid $100 and turned that into $1 million. You really can't do that anywhere else besides Vegas. But see, when you look at life insurance as a company investing in you instead of you investing in something, it becomes a little more important. Becomes a little more valid. I mean, we talk about the stock market, but the stock market started with human capital or human resources. Ain't that what you go to at your willy-nilly job? The HR department, human resources. Or the community that I come from, the Black community, the African American community, where we're decimated without business ownership. We work a job. We are abundantly human capital. We don't look at that. But there's things like that human capital that has to be paid for. Then there's things like the commission to me, the agent, once that policy issues. I have to be paid for my work. Because me coming out and sitting with you, generally I do those for free. I could charge, but I'd rather you get the actual benefit in the investment in you. But again, as a consumer, you've been trained to look at it as, hey, I want to buy this. I'm buying something. No, you're not. You're investing. Because you're investing in the absolute guarantee. While if you invest in the stock market, the only guarantee is that it's volatile. The only guarantee is that nothing will stay the same. The only guarantee is that you may or may not make money. The only guarantee with life insurance is that you will die. But other life events will happen. And if you have the life insurance, you will have the insurance to cover the life event. So, pricing stability. This measure looks at whether a product's pricing cost of insurance, policy expenses, and the expected illustrated earnings rate on cash value appear to be adequate and reasonable based on the insurer's historical experience with these values. Relative policy value. This evaluates relative access to or restrictions on the policy account. Generally speaking, the higher the liquidity, particularly in early policy years, the better. But some insurers charge more for greater liquidity. So consider if there is a trade-off. Historical performance. This indicator measures whether the historical performance of the company's investments that underlie policy account values are superior to similar products. Financial strength and claims paying ability. This incorporates the insurer's financial strength ratings from 4 major ratings agencies. Veralytics ratings are determined based on these 5 major considerations in any decision to buy or keep a life insurance product. All 5 factors are assigned an equal weight in the Veralytics star rating. So a product with a lower star rating can still be appropriate for a particular buyer when one or more of these 5 major considerations are of lesser importance in their situation. Likewise, term life insurance may be the best product for a particular buyer, and term life insurance is not reflected in these ratings. And then it goes to the FAQs. So the writer of this article is the editor of this article from Forbes. And this was published July 14th, 2020 at 6 a.m. Amy Denise is the insurance analyst for Forbes Advisors. She's been writing about insurance for consumers for more than 20 years. Insurance intersects with many parts of our lives, yet it's tough to untangle, and wrong choices can make a financial mess. She's saying she's here to help you make sense of it, and she's especially interested in how data is affecting the price you pay for all insurance types. So as you know, I am in the insurance field now since, well, you may or may not know, I am in the insurance field since 2011. I started with Aflac. I thought it was too blanket. So I moved to Mutual of Omaha, which I thought was a great company. From there, I decided to go to a brokerage instead of just working for one company, but being independent to offer more products to my client. And I went to a company called the DiPaola Financial Group. From there, I decided to become independent and jump into the realm of property and casualty insurance, opening an Allstate agency in Brooklyn, New York. That failed. I then continued to move forward and pull independence, which I do now. I do also offer property and casualty. I am moving more towards wealth management, which is a life insurance product. I had a lot of licenses that would have your money volatile, but I've gotten rid of the volatile licenses to now only products that earn you a gain on initial investment. If you'll bear with me, I'm going to take a brief break and drop the link if anyone wants to come up. Wrong song. Wrong song. Here we go, the Gremlins. We're back. I had to step out for a quick second, and actually, now that I'm back, so I dropped the link. Anyone who wants to come up can definitely come up. I'm trying to drop this in my other. Okay, now let me see if I can do it to this destination. And let's do all. Do it like that. I suppose that will work. Or let's be inventive and do it like so. Again, if you're new to the post, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're new to the post, like, comment, subscribe, share. We are live right now, and you know you are on air with Alonzo Hall, aka the Blue Blazer, aka Triple A, the arrogant ass asshole. And we are live. And again, if this is your first time, please like, comment, subscribe, share. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Again, this is according to Forbes, and this is the top 25 life insurers. One of my favorites is in there is Emeritus. That's one of the ones I currently write for. New York Life is also a pretty good one. Depending on the state you're in, the Mutual of Omaha product is a great offering. Again, these are actually, depending on the state you're in, AXA Equitable is also a great offering. And we have the Disavowed Dad. What's going on, my BMBBH habitual line stepper? How are you, sir?
Not too bad, man. Just came to support the channel and see if I could, provide you with a couple of questions.
You borged out a little bit, Gus. You said you had some questions?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Am I still borging or it's all good?
No, you good.
Okay, yeah, I just came by to support the channel and, hopefully working my financials a little bit better. And I trust you with that, so.
Understood. So did you have any specific or in-specific or anything I can try to educate you on, or I actually want to tell a story. I think I'll do that shortly, but I have another brother I want to bring on because after, not right now. I'm gonna call him in the future, but let me ask you if you've ever experienced this situation with a family member in the Black community. Family has a house, the family house, and that's Pop's house, but he left it. He died. He left it to Big Mama, and now Big Mama died, and it's left to Aunt Shirley and Uncle John and Cousin Wayne and Brother Rick and 17 different family members. And now things like life insurance weren't passed down, so everybody's living there, but nobody's paying rent or taking care of the property, so things like property tax don't get paid, and then the state comes in, and now all of a sudden people are getting evicted and foreclosed, and we're seeing many boarded up houses in the neighborhoods. Has this scenario happened to you or anyone you know?
Not me personally, but I've always seen some stuff like that. And if it's not the state, it's usually the family that tries to go through and figure out who gets what, and it usually doesn't end too well.
Okay. So now, in that, personally, okay. Well, I guess I can start by asking you a couple questions. You're a thick skin brother, right?
Yeah, shoot, go ahead.
All right. So let's start off. How old are you?
35.
35. Okay, cool. Do you own a house?
Yes.
You do. Okay, wonderful. Are you paying what type of mortgage are you paying, or is it fully paid?
I believe it's a traditional mortgage. So
Okay.
It's a 30-year.
Okay, do you know if it's a 30-year fixed or a 30-year ARM? ARM meaning adjustable rate mortgage.
Fixed. I don't do ARM. Fixed. That's what got the economy in the situation it was in a while ago.
Okay. Now, 1 year after you purchased that home, I'm sure you filled out when you closed on that home an info card. And you started getting calls from many people for this wonderful product called mortgage protection life insurance.
I believe that may have already. Actually, no, I don't remember getting any calls from mortgage protection life. No, I'm wrong. I did. There's a lot of information.
Right. Now, these people probably called you again a year to 3 years after you've closed on the house. So you've forgotten about it. And now some dude's calling you talking about something about your house. But do you have a contingency in place in case something happens to you and you cannot pay for that house?
Unfortunately, no, I do not.
Okay. And what type of work do you do?
Work in a travel agency.
Okay. So if you get sick or injured off the job, what will that job give you?
Off the job, I think I would either get 50 or 60% of my paycheck. So they basically cut my pay in half.
If you get injured off the job?
Actually, no. I think if I get injured off the job, I may have. I believe I have insurance. It may be. I got to go back and check because I know usually as far as on the job, that's completely fine. But off the job, yeah, I definitely got to go back and check. I think there may be like some sort of life insurance I signed up for.
So that wouldn't be a life insurance. That would be what we call paycheck insurance or disability insurance. Okay. Now you've got two different types of disability, but this is something that's actually more important. You've probably gotten a call about when you're purchasing, when you've closed on that home. Why is disability insurance important? Because fuck dying, bro. If I get hurt and live, I still got to pay rent. I still got to pay this mortgage.
Right.
But I still got to pay my mortgage. There's a tax loophole around that if you got tenants, but we can have an actual consult about that if you want to talk about deeper things. So I digress. So what this disability insurance works like this: how much, how long, how soon, right? So you've got short-term disability, pun intended, STD, or you've got long-term disability, pun intended, LTD, or limited. So when you've got these two things, short-term disability would be anywhere from immediately to 24 months or off the job for 2 years. Can I ask, do you know anybody in your specific field that's been injured on or off the job for 2 years, up to 2 years? Could have been 1 month, could have been 1 year, but up to 2 years.
I do know a few people. I think, in all actuality, the guy I'm thinking of, when he was injured, it was kind of a crazy injury because somehow he broke his ankle getting up out of a recliner. Don't ask me how. I mean, I guess it was a good show. I don't know, but yeah, he injured himself at his house, and I'm going to assume that he either, I would have hoped, had money put away, or he just had to live extremely careful if he didn't.
Most people end up having to live extremely careful because unfortunately most people don't. However, there are things that can help you with that. So again, short-term disability, in that type of a situation, you would look at, again, how much, how long, how soon. And so the way that works is by, we got more folks in the building. Let me clear my throat, actually, while I'm at it, because staying hydrated is important, black men. So, good afternoon, underrated. Good afternoon, Go Professor. All right. So, as I was saying, so how much, how long, how soon? So, short-term disability is anywhere from day 1 to 24 months. And the way that works is like this. The normal elimination period from your current disability policy, I almost guarantee if you go look at it, will be 90 days. So what that means, and this is sight unseen, but I do policy reviews and I require most of my clients to have something to do a sit with me, because otherwise we're starting from zero and it's hard to build. Right. So what you want to start looking at is that 90-day elimination period. So what does that mean to you? Well, what that means to you, disavowed dad, is that you have to be out of work, not making money, unable to pay your mortgage for 90 days for the disability to kick in, which means that you don't get a check in the mail from the insurance company until day 120. So how have you been paying your mortgage up until then? And that's short-term disability, sir. Most short-term disabilities have a 90-day elimination period. Now, there are products that differ. Generally, there are, depending on the field you work in, obviously going to be better, things offered to you. Working in the travel field, likely you're going to have some higher level accoutrement offered to you, because also the likelihood of getting injured in your field is thinking nil. You're not like, are you slinging suitcases, or are you like,
without going giving up too much information, I did do that at one point, but now I'm more of a clientele facing type position. So at this point, there is probably a high chance of me being exposed to our current situation with the C-19 stuff. So, which that would be more so, for lack of a better description, probably a OJI or on-a-job injury or on-a-job ailment, whatever you want to call it, because if you catch this mess on the job, thankfully they're going to pay for it.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely good for it to be on the job, because that's, yeah. This whole situation, protect yourself, brother. But so moving forward, the elimination period you really want is like, so there's companies that all offer it, but you're most likely familiar with Aflac.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a really quick short-term disability. And MetLife is really good. If you can get a MetLife disability policy, and I don't even write for MetLife for health insurance, but I do for life insurance. But if you, I write for Bright House Financial, which is MetLife. MetLife does car insurance and health insurance now. But if you could get a MetLife disability policy, I'm sorry, I just got excited about that.
You need some time to yourself for a minute? Do I need to lead the panel? I mean, you're getting like a little scared right here.
No, it's the benefit that it is to you. That's like, it's like selling dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's an excitement. I guess.
I get it. Everybody's got their, the thing that they enjoy doing and the thing they love doing. So I got it.
It's like watching comics. Like tomorrow, I'm definitely watching Wonder Woman. First thing in the morning, me and my wife.
So 1984.
Yeah, we're gonna cuddle up and watch that. I can't have any popcorn, unfortunately, because of my stomach issues. But I will still be in there. So anyway, I apologize. Back to the excitement. Get yourself a MetLife or knowing like Aflac. So they start really soon. They'll start as soon as day 1. So by the end of that first week, you're receiving a paycheck so that you can actually maintain your life and pay your bills, right? Because at the end of the day, if you get hurt on or off the job, but even worse, more likely to happen is to get injured off of the job, then how do you pay your bills?
Right.
So here's how you do that. Again, Aflac is the company you're most familiar with. But again, that's like saying Kleenex. So when you look into it, there's a bunch of companies that offer those. And also look into your job's group disability policy. It's a great thing to have, and it's very affordable.
So I definitely make sure I get group disability insurance. Now about that, actually, is that more so geared towards if you get injured in a group at work, or what does it entail?
I'd have to look under the hood. Each policy is different, but for the most part, on a macro view, a group policy has nothing to do with the group besides what they call adverse selection. So someone your age actually benefits from it at a cost perspective, because what occurs is they're taking the aggregate age of, okay, you got these guys who are close to retirement who are 70, and you've got these whippersnappers who are 12. Well, because we've got more kids who are 12 paying, or, these kids who are 17 or 18 working here paying for insurance, it's cheaper for them. So the guys who are, 30 and 40 are paying cheaper insurance, just like the guys who are 50 and 60 are paying cheaper insurance and are more apt to use it than that 22-year-old is. So that's all the group policy is. It's a benefit of it becomes cheaper because usually 75% of the workforce is also buying into it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. The more people buy it, the cheaper it is. It's like McDonald's started selling a $1 burger.
Yeah, if you can even call it a burger, but we'll move on.
Okay.
I'm just saying, cardboard, man. That's all you're eating. That's anytime a burger tastes like the box, you get your pay for.
Okay, I get it. So, but yeah, so that's a short-term disability, and that's pretty much how that works. Damn, I'm starting to catch the munchies. So I'm gonna.
Hey, you decided to talk about the burgers, man. That's not you.
Sorry.
You decided to talk about.
The burgers don't make me hungry, man. Them burgers. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch Wonder Woman tomorrow as well. And get things going. Let me see. We do got gentlemen in here. Let me just post the panel chat up there in case anybody does want to hop in. Speak about anything. We can talk about anything, brother. I know I'm talking about the insurance right now, but that's because I find that it is something important, and I find it's a different realm. Nobody's talking about it. And I'll tell you something that occurred to me years ago when I was 27. A gentleman in a fraternity I belonged to came to me, and he was in his 40s, and he said, "Do guys your age talk about retirement to each other?" And I was like, "No, we talk about the, Melly Lil Wayne verse, and but now we don't talk about retirement or when I'm 55, what I want to be doing. Do I want to be kicking back, drinking a beer? What I'm trying to do at a certain age."
Yeah, we're so busy trying to be immortal to the point where when that facade of immortality wears off, it's the oh shit moment. Like, what do I do now? I'm starting to feel the aches and pains that all the 30-year-olds told me about when I was in my 20s, and I don't have anything planned.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not something that because even myself, I'll be honest with you, when I was doing the physical manual labor job, I was mainly focused on getting paid and paying bills. I didn't do much, despite the fact that I did have traveling benefits. I wasn't really trying to define myself. If anything, I'd say I was just living day to day, trying to make a paycheck and enjoy the simple stuff that the young people usually like to enjoy. I know that sounds kind of generic, but that's how my life was. And it wasn't until right, but ironically enough, it wasn't until probably when I hit my 30s, I'd say even more so now, within these last few years, I've been trying to live more of my life. And then I've actually started thinking about my alternative plan, because my original plan, it isn't going to work out like I thought it would. So now I've got to plot and plan a different route for what my future retirement will look like. Because things change all the time. And that's where I'm at right now. So I guess maybe that's another reason why, the younger generation, or at least our generation, wasn't too focused on trying to figure out what the next move is whenever they get older. Because sometimes you have a plan and then sometimes you don't. Or sometimes the plan that you have changes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's I don't mean to take it back to finances real quick, but that's why you review with your advisor every 2 years. But that's true, because man, my life changed very much from my 20s to my 30s. I'm sure yours did too. Just as a black man in America, over the last decade, things drastically changed. Things like social media became prevalent. We got to remember, Obama was the first real online Twitter president, and then Trump just took it overboard and tweeted incessantly. But we have to expect the Biden campaign or the Biden administration to continue the fuckery.
Yeah, because we all know that's going to be his representation, not him exactly. Well, yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
I don't know. I took. Believe it or not, I would have liked to have seen Jade Simmons in office. It's an actual black woman. And I feel like versus these two octogenarian 906-year-old decrepit white guys who are out of touch with reality. Just like so much other of our, political hierarchy. We got to realize most of these guys have been in office for 50 plus years.
Yeah. and that's one of the sad things. It's like there's no budge or no movement towards new ideas. It's just, I know what's going to work well for the nation, and I'm just going to go ahead and implement it. And when it happens, there's no real thought process as far as how it will affect everybody. Where if there is a thought process on how it will affect everybody, I think in the long run of things, that was just ultimately their plan. Because politics is about what the person that's in charge can gain. I mean, yeah, there's going to be benefits that other people will reap in their decisions, but ultimately it's about what they can gain. Because hell, when George Washington was the first president, I think one of his kickbacks was he actually ended up not having to pay taxes.
Mm. Wow, so, that's crazy.
If I remember right, because it's been a while since I've dabbled in my American history, but I think initially he didn't want to do it, and then they came up with a plan, and then he got elected, and then after he ran his term, that's what he got. Kickback, no taxes, all this other good stuff, which I can't blame him. If you want me to be a leader, you gotta make the deal good for me. And that's the funny thing about some of these jobs. It's like they want you to be a leader, but they give you so much. Like, okay, the money's great, but that's just the carrot on the end of the string, if you will.
Okay.
So they pay you a slob of money to forget about all the responsibility that you're gonna have to deal with and all the other stuff that you got going on. And don't get me wrong, it's enough money to take care of a family and get a good house, but they're taking away the time. Time is the most expensive asset we have as people. And the more they get you to spend time doing something else for them to benefit their dream or the dream of somebody else who has already established whatever it is or wherever you're working at. End of the day, that's the only thing that matters to them. They don't have to spend time busting their ass trying to please X amount of people or just make something work. But that's just what we do nowadays, just to get by and survive. There was no real mindset as far as um, starting your own business or trying to invest in certain things or whatever. That's just like, even in my case, my dad, uh, he busted his ass. He went to work at crazy hours, got promoted, went back down to his regular job because he couldn't stand his boss because his boss was an asshole. And it's real easy to sit back and say, well, you do what you have to in order to make sure your family's good. But if your time isn't spent well and your mental health isn't well, then it doesn't matter what you do for the family. Ultimately, you're running the path of a death sentence that one way or another is going to happen, whether you want it to or not, especially if you're not taking care of yourself. Basically, all that to say, we are giving our time away to a machine, and we really need to figure out a way to overcome that machine and do better for ourselves. So, the work that you're doing is something that is very ideal for people that may be in the situation. Because, in all honesty, my current situation right now, after everything I've been through these last 2 years, I'm going to have to devote more of my time to the machine and put my dreams on hold. But while I'm doing that, I would like to find a way to at least make some of my time work for me and not just work for a company. So I guess that'll bring me into some of my other questions that I got as far as investing money and how to make sure you spend it wisely in doing so.
That's perfect. I was going to say, you actually almost segued into it. I was going to say one of those is actually investing. So I am not against investing. I think you should. There are multiple ways to. You heard of a company called Prime America?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever sat with a Prime America agent?
I have not.
Okay. But you've heard probably a lot of jokes about them saying to buy term and invest the rest.
That would probably be the first time I've heard that joke, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, what a Prime America agent generally will do is tell you to buy a term life insurance policy and purchase some kind of investment with the rest. And that's actually a sound investment strategy for some people. And you'll hear financial gurus such as Suze Orman or Dave Ramsey who will tell you to do the same thing, which is buy term and invest the rest. Have you heard of Suze Orman or Dave Ramsey?
God, I've been hearing too much about Dave Ramsey. I mean, I appreciate it too. He's got a good theory. He's got a good plan. I love what he's talking about. And the reason I'm tired of him is not because of him. It's just my girl is like, okay, so ironically enough, I was the one who discovered Dave Ramsey first. And I was talking to her and I was telling her, you should do this, you should look into that, so on and so forth. And she didn't pay any mind of it. So the last few months, she's been going to bed listening to Dave Ramsey. She's been waking up listening to Dave Ramsey. I've heard so much about Dave Ramsey to the point where I'm about to buy this man some dinner and just invite him over, maybe next week or something. So she'll just calm down and get his autograph and everything else. But yes, I've heard of Dave Ramsey.
Okay, so that's one of his investment models. Now, obviously, he's a multimillionaire, but you know what one of his largest holdings is? It's a cash value life insurance policy. So, but that's because a cash value life insurance policy can be a holding or an asset for you, but only if it's set up properly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually remember whenever I had, for those of you who don't know, Blue Blaze does do consultations, and I did have one recently, probably a few months ago, and I remember you talking about that. And like I said, I'm still highly interested in setting up one. It's going to be a minute though. I was going to try and get it done before the end of this year, but the way my money's looking right now, it's probably going to be a good minute. Maybe with any luck at the start of next year. I just got to wait and see because Another issue I got going on is I currently had to go on the COVID relief program as far as my mortgage because my job had they had shortened our wages pretty much. So my normal amount that I was making got cut down to the point where I didn't even remember what a comma was looking like in a paycheck. I might as well have been working at a fast food restaurant like McDonald's or Wendy's or wherever, because that's pretty much what my paycheck felt like.
Understood.
Yeah, but I after talking with you, I definitely do want to start the movement as far as getting a life insurance policy set up, especially with all the benefits that you mentioned as well, and the fact that as we talked about earlier, we don't really plan for retirement, and at the same time, if we have loved ones in our life, we don't really plan on setting them up properly in our passing. So I definitely want to make sure that I can get that taken care of as well.
That's not a problem. That's fairly simple enough to do. So while it's coming up on 2:00, I done been on for an hour and 15. I was just gonna read the article, but things happen. I like the flow of this. So I do appreciate you coming on. In terms of your situation, like I said, one of the first things you do want to do is invest. And you can invest in a multitude of ways. If you have, for example, let me see if I can show you this here really quick. You guys see that screen?
I see a paycheck says void.
Yeah, so you see that says Alonzo Hall. So I'm not going to keep that up there for too long because basically that was me, and that's a holding account. So that is a business bank account that is in my name because I am actually a business. So that is the same bank account that Bernie Madoff actually held, was a holding account with Chase Bank. So I do not need to be an LLC or entity because I am a business. Now, there are certain people who can actually go to the bank and do this without having to file as a business entity. Now, those are certain professions. That is one way that I would recommend you may begin to invest. I don't know what particular skills, abilities, licenses, certificates, or degrees you hold, but that's a way that can affect it.
Okay. Now, because I think one of the things that's actually holding me back right now as far as investing is currently trying to break even with stuff. So, for example,
when you say investing, what do you mean? You mean putting your money into the stock market?
No, not necessarily the stock market. I mean, that is one option, but overall, I remember we talked about Forex a while ago, and I would like to.
That's another form of a market. So unless you're talking about something that's fixed and not volatile, you're not in a position to be. A lot of people invest and dabble and make money in those things. But when you're looking to put money into those things, are you looking to make money or preserve capital?
So initially, my plan was to try and work on becoming a little bit more knowledgeable about Forex so I can start putting money into an investment like a life insurance policy per se. Because right now, my money isn't exactly where it should be. And as I stated earlier, I don't want to continue to work for a company and make the same small amount. So somehow, some way, I have to increase my liquid funds, if you will, in order to even begin investing into something. So long story short, I guess you could say I have to invest on working on my skills in order to not really begin, but in order to further an investment in myself, if you will. before I can even make any major moves. So, if that makes any sense.
I hear that all the time, and I'll be honest, it's bullshit. What that tends to be is one of three things. And I'm not saying that it's absolute bullshit, but it's one of three things because everything that we do here is 100% customizable. So it means one of three things. One, you don't like the product. Two, you don't like me. Or three, you can't afford it right now. So when I say can't afford it, it means mentally you can't squeeze something out of your budget, such as a vice, that would fit. I'll give you an example. I had a young lady who owned 2 homes in Brooklyn, New York, the Lexus. Her boyfriend was a corrections officer on Rikers. She had a business that was under more than $90,000. She was behind on both of her mortgages for 2 years. I found her in a fix and flip deal, not for insurance. I was going to take her house from her.
Wow.
In that situation, she was wearing all the Tory Burch and all that, shopping in Bloomingdale's. And she was like, I can't afford life insurance. I said, let's break this down. How much do you spend a month on your hair and nails? I spend $75 every 2 weeks. Ma'am, look to your left. You see that little 12-year-old girl and 10-year-old boy right there playing Nintendo? You think if you die, that you couldn't spare that $75 a week from doing your hair every 2 fucking weeks to actually get the life insurance?
Right.
Bitch got up and went crying. So it's not that we can't afford it, it's that we won't afford it. And I want to look at something else that has nothing to do with this to actually, like, you know what I mean? I understand.
Oh, I completely understand. That's why, to prepare, I actually have tried to go over a few things that I can get rid of as far as like things that are just superficial. So, I've always been a gamer. I do it to relax. I've actually gotten rid of my PlayStation and my Xbox subscriptions. So that has freed up at least $20+ right there. So that would be like, I think we discussed a while ago, if I were to at least put $50 down, that would at least meet that half minimum. Now the other stuff, I'm actually still trying to go through my my bank account to see what else I might be able to get rid of. And also I have contacted my credit card company because I have a lot of I have credit card debt, not necessarily by choice.
Okay.
I'll just tell you this much: if the name doesn't tell you if the name doesn't tell you what's going on, you know.
How large are we talking in credit card debt? Just a ballpark.
It's around
tens or like high 10s, high 20s, high.
It's probably around 30K. I'm not trying to go out and buy a freaking mansion or a Ferrari or anything. That wasn't really one reason why the debt ended up being so high. It was just long story short, there was a shitty divorce. The attorney, my first attorney, who I never really should have continued to pay the fee. The dowry, the fee,
the work hours, $300 an hour for a phone call.
God, it was worse than that, because my biggest mistake was, and this was when I was extremely blue pilled. I don't think I was too blue pilled, but I was blue pilled. I'm not even gonna lie. Somebody was like, you should hire a black female lawyer to try and represent you, so they'll at least see that you're some random BS. And I'm like, that's a good idea, because at the time my ex and I were separated, and she had taken my daughter all the way to her family's house, which was an hour away. And we had gotten into an argument because I went to go drop off our daughter, and she wasn't at the pickup spot like she said she would be. So it was my daughter, myself, and my wife. We were basically spending time trying to wait on her to get there. Long story short, she kept BSing around. I told her she had to basically come over to the house and pick her up. The house being at least an hour away because I was tired of her playing all these BS games. So because that happened, there was a good few months where she kept my daughter away from me, and I was the one that said, "Fuck it, this ain't gonna work. I need to get her out of my life and make sure I'm in my daughter's life." So, I wish I would have done it differently back then, but I was the one that actually filed for a divorce because, like I said, the biggest thing that got me was the fact that I wasn't able to see my daughter in my life. So that's why I did it. And that's why I ended up hiring that attorney, and it was, I think, $6,000 initially, and then after that, it just kept recycling into 6,000 over and over again. So when I finally got rid of her, I had to hire another attorney, and that was, another 6,000. And yeah, the attorney fees was what was eating me up, man.
God damn.
Yeah. And she barely even did my case. She literally fucked my case up, especially with my money, because the amount that I was paying at the time was based on, quote unquote bonuses that may or may not be guaranteed at my job. So like, if we were able to get a profit in 1 year, then everybody in the company would get a bonus. But if we don't make a profit, then obviously everybody's just going to get their regular paychecks.
Right.
But since it was given out in a paycheck format, I had to submit that into my earnings. So it's like my initial earnings aren't exactly what I'm making, because as of right now, with COVID and everything, I know I'm not going to get that bonus. So it's almost like it's a false overlying of what I could be earning, but I'm not technically earning, if that makes any sense.
I understand.
But yeah, that's where all that came from.
Wow. No, I listen, I understand there's impact to every situation, but this is what I'm saying. So there's always that little piece of sacrifice or thing that you end up finding is your why. And for me, it sounds like to you, it's your daughter and then your happiness as well. And part of your happiness is your daughter because that's your seed. So that's part of your legacy. Exactly.
Well, I want to say it's part of my legacy, but, with the part-time dad schedule, I mean, it is what it is. I got to accept it. And, there's always those people that are like, oh, don't think of it like that. But I got to be realistic. I was on the government program, and now I'm under the second phase of the program, and I'm basically a disavowed dad, not by choice. I was pushed out of my daughter's life by the government. I've been disavowed by the government, and that's why I'm in the situation I'm in now. And I just got to make the best of it. But at the same time, I chose the name disavowed dad to let other people know that, hey, you got to be careful about the people you choose, the people you choose to allow in your circle, and the people that you want in your life. So, and honestly, no matter what happens, I'm still going to be a dad, even if I'm disavowed. My mission right now is to try and let that little girl know that I'm still going to be in her life no matter what, and at least hope in the small bits of time I have in her life, I can get her to actually act like a freaking human instead of what her mother is.
Understood. So anyone new watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Anyone new watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you get notified when we drop new knowledge and have sessions such as this. Again, if you're new, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. All right, brother, keep going.
No, I mean, hell, I guess where would you like me to keep going at? Like,
Oh, okay. That was just it caught me that hit when you were talking about that. The reason for your situation. So here's actually a trick I wanted to teach you real quick.
Mhm.
So here's one thing that people don't seem to realize when purchasing things. Okay, and here's something that I used to go around to people that I know from neighborhoods. For example, I lived in Brooklyn, New York, and there's a project area called Grizzly Den that I used to go to the corner store and get Lucy's from. And the projects there, the dudes, the homeboys would be hanging out, and I used to talk to them about how they could use $100 a month to fund a retirement account for themselves. And they would always be like, what? And then I talked to them about, well, things like legacy, because not only life insurance is a thing that a life insurance agent sells, there's other products and services that are offered. Just like we were talking about disability insurance or paycheck insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the quick tricks is the less you pay, the less you pay. Hello, how are you, Sir Anthony? Salute to you. So one of the meanings of the less you pay, the less you pay is have you ever had a subscription to something and it's X a month, but Y if you pay per year?
Yeah, it's pretty much like they would do that with magazines and everything back then.
Yeah. But like my Xbox subscription, right?
Yeah.
I think it's what is it? $14.99 a month for Xbox Live Gold and $69.99 for the year.
Yeah, and all actually out of the year is cheaper.
Yeah. The year is like 40 or $50 cheaper.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is the less you pay, the less you pay. So the less in frequency you pay, the less in amount you pay. And this is also sufficient for things like your insurance. So when you say things like, I can't afford it, we always come back with, well, listen, you're in a situation you're in. Next week paying off the credit card, this $300 to the credit card ain't gonna do nothing. You're probably not gonna spend the whole $300 payment on the credit card anyway. We're all Americans. We all have actual life. Why don't I do this? Why don't I spend 3 months of the premium? Here's $150. Pow! Now, while I'm working at that, I'm also thinking of how I'm creating and implementing a savings plan. Now, that's the immediate way. The way I generally advise is to do it annually. So I generally advise that you do it around tax time, which is why I have my P10 or my tax preparer's identification number. Shout out to all the quote unquote self-employed barbers out there in Brooklyn. But you, after filing your taxes, are going to get this large refund. And instead of going and buying a new Lexus, like I'm going to do this year, we all got to do our nigga shit, right? I got to go get my driver's license, and then I'm going to take my money, go buy me a buy here, pay here Lexus, and stunt on these niggas. But that's what I'm
you got to do. What you got to do, man. I mean, hey.
So anyway, instead of going and buying that Lexus and stunting on niggas, what you can do is take $1,200 of that and place that in something called an annuity, which is an IRA. That's literally what an annuity is. It's an individual retirement account. And there are different options that you have with an annuity. We can discuss that further in a later video. But once a year, you're going to get a tax refund. Put that money in the annuity. Or if you want to do something lit, like leave it for your child, you can do a single premium where you take, that $5,000 tax return, put it in that annuity, well, it has to be $10,000 is the minimum, but $10,000 within a calendar year. So if you can put 5,000 up front and then commit to the other 5,000 for the rest of the year, that's cool. But 10,000 is the minimum. So once you put that 10,000 in there, you can leave it one time and say, hey, boom, I left not only technically a life insurance policy, but also a retirement policy that's going to grow. Because an IRA is a life insurance policy. If you die while it's accumulating, if there's money in it, it would go to your beneficiary.
Well, I know for me, it's going to take a minute before my taxes start being beneficial again. I'm dead ass because, that's a crazy thing. And I wouldn't, hindsight back then, I never should have let her take care of the finances, because now whenever taxes would happen, we always filed separate, which if you're married, it doesn't make any sense and is the stupidest thing to do, filing taxes separately, because you're basically saying, hey, we're in this union, but we are not together. So it almost comes off as if you are separated.
Mm-hmm.
So never be in a situation where, you're both of you are supposed to reap a benefit of something that benefits both people, but yet you want to play being married or being in a union or whatever you want to call it, but you don't want to reap the full benefits of being in it. Because in all actuality, in my opinion, that is like one of the few things that is, it's the only thing that makes marriage worth it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's all the superficial stuff in the world, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the tangibles. I mean, don't get me wrong, look, getting some booty isn't going to pay my bills. Mm-mm. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well, let me ask you something. When you got married, did you vet her family?
Well, okay, so here's the crazy thing, right? Her family is like one of those super devout church-going families. Mm. And what I didn't realize was that they were the type to cherry pick from the Bible, because like in the circles we are involved in, most people that go to church right now are mainly women, because they're going to that prosperity church. They're not going to church to hear actual truth. They're going to church to hear the feel good stuff and all the other things. Mm-hmm. They want to aim towards heaven without thinking about hell.
Right.
So that's one reason why we're in the situation we're in now. And that was the type of attitude that her whole family had, as a matter of fact, save her brother. Because the brother seemed like he was one of the most laid back people, didn't cause no issues or whatever. But the mother, the father, and another thing I should have realized is the fact that her sister, who I think was like 35, 36 or whatever, still lived at the parents' house and wasn't paying anything.
Damn.
And wasn't really saving her money up or anything. It's like she might as well have been just an adult child. Mm. Which, ironically enough, lo and behold, now there's 2 adult children living in that house, unless she's moved out or something. I don't know right now, but still, it's like, I should have realized that the family had no intentions of, as they call it, leaving and cleaving, or allowing the daughter to leave and cleave, because she continued to go over to her family's house no matter what. So I guess I should have vetted them a little bit better. No, honestly, I probably should have vetted her a lot more as well. But, you fuck up and you keep going. That's all you can do at the end of the day.
I get it. 1 second. I'm just grabbing me a quick snack over here.
Is it McDonald's?
Huh?
Is it McDonald's?
Yeah, no, it's not no McDonald's. ain't gonna do that right now. I'll put it to you like that. It's I'm looking at this blueberry and yogurt cups. So,
What kind of yogurt is it?
Greek yogurt.
Is there milk in it?
I think goat's milk or something.
And you said your stomach's messed up, right?
Yeah, no, it's not that type of an issue.
Well, I'm just saying that because I would think that any type of milk product, kind of wouldn't help out your stomach in the long run. But that's just me. I don't know what you got going on, but just throwing it out there, man. Take it how you will.
Nah, I got you. I don't know what it is. It's something with cinnamon. It actually doesn't. I don't know what it is. It tastes like yogurt, but I got it from the store. This is a local Mediterranean place, so.
Hey, as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah. I figure it's Greek yogurt because it was from Greek folks.
Dude, you better know for sure. That's like there's this restaurant where I work at. It's a Chinese food chain, right? They own at least, I think, 2 or 3 of these restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Asian Chow. And after going there at least 2 or 3 times in each different restaurant, you know what I've learned?
Mm-hmm.
You never eat at a place that has the word chow in it. Because 9 times out of 10, it's like some pseudo bullshit food. So like, if I'm going to a place and the name of the restaurant is called African Chow, you can expect to be sick by the time you get done.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also one thing that I'm starting to attune my mindset more to ever since this year and all the stuff that's been going on. You got to make sure that you focus more on quality over quantity. And that's a mindset I've had as far as, my clothes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it also needs to, more people need to apply that to their life as well, because, like you said, it's like the more you pay, the more you pay. But if I'm spending $20 at McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, in the long run, I'm paying for it with my health. And whenever I spend my health, I'm also spending my time, which is ultimately, like I said, the most valuable thing we have as people. So if I'm spending my time and, I'm trying to pass this burger, I'm trying to get this mess out of my stomach, then I'm not spending my time too wisely. And honestly, I'm probably going to try and eat. Well, actually, I am going to eat better come next year.
Understood. Same here.
Got to get that 25 pack. Look like Goku,
Oh, shit. Listen, I am the Prince of all Saiyans, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's another mindset, man. It's like you gotta have something to motivate you. So like, my motivation right now is kind of like I gotta have the Mandalorian mindset, man. I want to be.
I'm about to binge watch that. I didn't even realize I had Disney Plus. My wife was like, "Yeah, we got Disney Plus." I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even know we had it."
Did it come with ESPN or anything?
I think Hulu and some other shit. I don't know.
Shoot, I'll tell you this much, man. Because I was a huge Star Wars fan before they took away what was canon or
Darth Maul.
Huh?
Favorite Sith is Darth Maul.
Maul is good. Exar Khan, yeah, that dude. If you don't know about him, you got to look him up, man, because he did some dirty shit. But that dude, people feared him. People feared him a lot. But so the Mandalorian mindset, I'm basically like based it on Boba Fett, because Fett was the best bounty hunter in the entire Star Wars universe. And in the movie Return of the Jedi, we don't really see that, because we watch him fall into the Sarlacc pit and he gets digested for, I think it's supposed to be 1,000 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. But what you don't know, whether it's like the the Disney series or the actual Star Wars, what they call Legends now, is the fact that Boba Fett actually got out the Sarlacc pit. Now, granted, it's kind of stupid in Legends because this mofo fell in there 4 times. Don't ask me how. At the time, it was like this giant thing above ground where you literally had to climb up into this thing and fall into it. So I don't know how he fell into it 4 times, but he fell into it 4 times and got out 4 times. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is you got to admire the focus of the man, because no matter what, he always got his job done. He always did what was necessary in order to benefit himself. And he didn't let anything stop him. So that's the mindset I want to have in 2021.
Real quick, my favorite mercenary is actually Deathstroke. I think
the
he's
Terminator. Yeah.
Deathstroke the Terminator. Best motherfucker ever. The only motherfucker who could actually beat Batman besides the Red Hood, who kind of did, but
I mean, Red Hood. Red Hood is kind of like, compared to Batman, he's kind of blue pill versus red pill, right?
Okay.
So Red Hood, he's got the skills, he's got the techniques and all this other stuff, but he doesn't really have the same drive that Batman does. Because at the end of the day, Batman is, he knows why he's doing what he's doing. And he knows why he's trying to give these villains a chance, because he's hoping for reform, and he hopes that one day that they'll get better. But he's also proving to them each time that he's better than any of the villains by not killing them. But still, whenever Batman moves, it's no emotion. You might see anger, but still, you don't really see much emotion. He just does what he has to do, does what he does, moves on, whoops your ass, leaves you with a hospital bill, and no extra crying or whining or fussing. Whereas Red Hood is all Batman with emotion, blue pill. You know, I mean, granted, he can get the job done, but he doesn't know how to control himself. He's always going to be pissed off to a certain degree. He's always going to want to kill somebody because he thinks that's the ultimate solution to everything. And it's all just emotion. You know, you can't really walk through life like that, because you don't know who your enemies are going to be. So like in the case of Batman knew who was in his rogues gallery. He always counted on the Joker to be a crazy idiot, or the Riddler to leave behind these little puzzles that he's got to solve, despite the fact that, yeah, he might be the greatest detective in the world, but you know he's going to hate solving those damn puzzles. So it's like every time he sees a question mark, he's like, damn it, I got to solve this riddle. I don't want to do it right now. It's a fucking camel, okay? It's a camel. You know, that's Batman. But, you know, Red Hood, he could probably do the same thing, but he's going to be more emotional. He's going to find the Riddler. He's going to want to whoop his ass. But then the Riddler's always got some escape plan. So whenever the Red Hood can't kill the Riddler because he got all emotional, he's going to have to redo everything that he just got done doing. So long story short, be more like Batman, or be more like Deathstroke. You know, go in, get what you need done, move to the next task.
No, I get it. Listen, that's cool. So I'm
sorry.
sorry,
that's just how I look at it.
Mandalorian mindset, but Deathstroke just came along because you said mercenaries.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, and I'm gonna do my best not to mention any other shows, because one thing I realized on some of the other platforms that, you know what, I'll just shout it out. The Roger Report, right? Love the show, but and I do know that lately he's been a hot topic, but Kevin Samuels and everything that's been going on. I'm not taking anything away from the brother, but it's like Kevin Samuels mentioned something that's very important. The fact that we need more Black social media that also includes men and doesn't exclude men.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, even though the circles might cross over, we also need to realize that there's going to be a time and a place for certain things. Repeating what happened on another platform over and over and over again is going to take away from the quality of of the shows that you're trying to put out. You know,
Yeah.
so I you know, whenever I'm coming over to your platform, man, I'm just gonna strictly try and keep it based on what you're trying to do. So whether we're talking about finances or, you know, shooting shit, talking about Batman and Deathstroke, you know, that's my main focus. And it's nothing to disrespect the other platforms, but it's like in order to create a flow of media and a continuous dedication towards the mentality of what we're doing and towards the goal of what we're doing, we got to make sure that we continue to focus on a show and not what might be the hottest buzz topic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's how I'm looking at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But
actually, you know, after chopping this back up, I think I might chop this back up. You might be onto something in a few different ways, but sometimes that's how the universe works.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll just look at it like that, and see what happens. But you got anything else? So I'm still shooting the shit about Deathstroke, the Terminator. That's my dude. But
well, yeah. So, like, we'll just call it a mercenary mindset, right? Me, I call it the Mandalorian mindset. You can call it like a Deathstroke determination, but whatever you want to call it, it's like the mercenary mindset whenever it comes to finances. So, you know, you need to have your money straight in order to continue to live your life and enjoy the things that you do. But you also need to make sure that when your time comes, you need to have that set up properly as well. Because, I mean, it don't make any sense for somebody to have a mercenary mindset and then all of a sudden, you know, they kick the bucket and they're like, you know, people that were involved in their life were like, well, he's dead now. What do we do? I don't know. He's dead. Guess we're just
speaking of Deathstroke, did you see that damn corny ass movie? What is it, Knights and Dragons?
It wasn't okay. So hear me out.
No,
it wasn't.
That was corny.
No. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Let me tell you why. Marvel makes excellent live action movies.
Yeah.
No, but they're shit at anime or cartoon movies.
Yeah.
So after you've seen enough horrible Marvel cartoon movies, and then you realize that DC is where it's at whenever it comes to animated movies, because let's be real, man. Marvel had their X-Men show and Iron Man and the Fantastic Four and everything else, which, you know, I love those shows as a kid. Still love them as an adult. But nothing could touch the Batman the animated series and Superman the animated series, to the point where, you know, they said, let's combine them together and see what will happen. And then it was even twice the epicness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they took that formula of epicness and continued to push it towards most of their cartoons. So that's why, you know, the DC cartoon movies are always great, in my opinion, versus the DC live action movies. Because I think, in all fairness, the only good live action movie they had recently was Aquaman.
Yeah, that was pretty much the best one.
Yeah. Batman versus Superman just got old. I kept hearing two guys sitting down talking about Martha. Yeah. Martha. What did you say? Martha. What?
That's hilarious, bro.
I was just saying, man, you know, like there's better things out there than watching two people go back and forth about some chick named Martha. Okay? Yeah. That's the whole story.
This is true. So back to, actually, I want to finish up disability insurance for you. I know we jumped around to a lot of shit, but I do want to try and keep it towards that direction. And I don't mean to try to directly evaluate you. So if you do feel uncomfortable answering anything, let me know. Because
let me just put it like this. Right now, I'm a financial dumbass, and the only way I'll continue to be a dumbass is if I don't learn something. So keep talking.
That's fine. So, again, you know, that that actually we weren't talking about disability. We were talking about the paying less. So again, that annual premium. So the trick is, do it during tax time. Instead of stunting on niggas with a Lexus, go ahead and put it into a retirement account.
Yeah. Now, what type of retirement account would you recommend? Because right now I do have a 401k. It's suffered again because of the divorce, but
what state are you in?
Georgia.
Okay, I can work there.
Okay, and I do have I've got a retirement account with Fidelity, but would there be a better company to go with other than Fidelity, or should I just continue to try and stick with them?
No clue, because I haven't looked at your full profile. And in terms of company, that's not always the number one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's like, where do you want to get a burger from? McDonald's or Burger King? They're both cardboard, right?
We'll say that for another show. But I got you, man. I hear what you're saying. Now here's another question for you. If I wanted to pull money out of my 401k and use it, how do you even word the question? Because, let's say I wanted to take some money out of my 401k, but not have to worry about never mind, scratch that one. Let's just get to this. If I wanted to, let's say, increase my money, right? If you can even answer this, I don't know. Let's say I wanted to increase my money and not have to worry about the penalty of increased child support. Would it be possible to have the proceeds go to a business?
So you want to start a business from your 401k?
I mean, I guess later on down the road, yeah, but let's just say in general, like if I came across $10,000 or more and I wanted to use that money to start a business, but in starting that business, I know I would actually have to worry about my income changing due to the fact that business would generate money and I would have to put that money somewhere. Okay. Would it be a better idea to just keep the money in the business account and have the business as an LLC? Or is it just an inevitable fact that I have to pay that money regardless?
What kind of a business are you starting that requires $10,000?
$10,000 is just a hypothetical number. Okay. It could be any number. The end goal is
to be able to take some money out and avoid taxation or child support.
Child support.
Okay, so child support is a state-specific thing. So I don't dabble in the state. I don't live in Georgia, so I'm not going to say that I know the laws on child support in Georgia, but I would assume anytime you come across monies in large quantities, because it's the state and you'll be reporting taxes, the state's going to want their piece. So I don't know if they take that out of your taxes for you with child support, because also I don't pay child support, so I don't know how that goes. So... and I've never had to deal with paying child support in Georgia, but I've never seen it not get taken.
You don't want to.
Yeah, okay. I've never seen it not get taken, basically.
Right. I mean, I know it's going to get taken. Like I said earlier, I kind of got the numbers are working against me. I just don't want to, because I know regardless, I'm going to have to pay it, and I don't mind paying it. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like...
Well, there's other things you can do. So you're looking to basically put it into another vehicle. But that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to say, okay, well, here's Y, here's X, Y, Z, the expenses of, which create the reason for said business. It's not a simple answer. Right? There's a lot of variables. So... if, for example, you do get a lot of, do this and do that. They don't know your entire situation, but it makes you feel good at the moment. Hallelujah. If you're religious or Hassalama bacon. Whatever.
Okay.
So, it's I'm sorry, that's the AAA coming out. So damn, I don't. That's that short-term memory bullshit. So yeah, man. Listen, it in terms of taking that money out, yes, you can take the money out. You can probably put it into a vehicle. You'll pay some taxes on it. You'll probably take a chunk for support, depending on the state. Like I said, I'm not too. Everybody I know who's been on child support, when they get $1, she get 50 cents for some odd reason.
And that's one of the things that kind of sucks, because it's like at this point, I realize I do have, because I'm in a recovery state, right? Like, matter of fact, the beginning of this year was when everything was finalized, like literally around February 2020. So after getting hit with it, it kind of feels like you can't be as great as you would like to be, because anytime you do well, she does well, regardless.
Right.
So it's almost like it's like she's feeding off you. The person that you're married to is feeding off you, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's not like, because I want my daughter to be taken care of, but at the same time, I don't want to be gutted for every single thing that I've got. So that's why I was asking that question. If it's even possible, I don't know. Because, well, honestly, I don't want to keep.
Oh, listen, you missed what I told you earlier. So remember the $1,200 thing?
Right.
For the annuity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tax time, come sit down with me and I'm going to show you how to do something with your daughter that will cover that. Then you can go ahead and do what you want to do with your money. But you got to actually sit down with me. Now, there's two options. You can do this today, or you can do this at tax time. And what you'll do is you'll put some money away. It will be in a specific type of an account that will be specifically for your daughter, and it can actually start your trust.
Okay.
Now, to actually start a trust generally starts at the cost of around $2,500, because after we begin it, we do have to go to an attorney. So there will be additional fees.
All right. As long as it's not another damn divorce attorney, I should be okay.
No. It's going to be less than your retainer for your real estate attorney was what, $3,000?
To be honest, I don't think so. I could be wrong, because it was a friend of her family, so it may have been less because of that.
And different state. I'm thinking New York numbers. But that's generally an average. I don't know. But at any rate,
let's say $3,000. Yeah, just for the sake of argument, $3,000.
So I don't know. Shit's crazy. Anyway, we'll move on from that, because I lost that thought in a moment in time. Just because I got a funny text from my brother about his mortgage. Ironically, at this moment, that's just weird. It threw me off a little bit. Sorry about that. At any rate, I was like, "How the fuck you texting me about your mortgage right now? What? Oh, okay." So
I was doing something, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. I hate when that happens. Hold on, let me crack my back. I need to stretch. That's what it is. Actually, shout out to Officer Faulkner, who told me I have to start a workout regime of some sort. Because it's, getting to that death stroke determination.
There you go.
So I like that. That's kind of lit. That's very on the fly. That's actually part of the reason I chose it. I was watching the Nation of Domination video, and I was like, I saw everybody's name, and you were talking about doxing the other day.
I was talking about what the other day?
Doxing.
Doxing?
Yeah.
You sure that was me?
Someone was talking about doxing or being doxed.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that was me, but yeah, it seems to be happening to everybody lately.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me get another name. And then I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool. I remember that dude. And I happened to have had on a blue blazer. So I was like, all right, cool. It works. But yeah, man. Life is funny, man. Life is funny.
You gotta laugh. I mean, especially after this year, because the sad thing is, everybody's like, "Oh God, I can't wait till 2021 gets here."
Like, okay, what are you gonna do different?
Right. You think that because politically the people have changed office, and because you will it, COVID's gonna go away and all this other stuff. Nah, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
That would be. Actually, wait. It's after December 21st, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a secret to release you. So I want to bring this conversation back to what I was talking about, insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the next 3 weeks, we are going to be releasing superhero insurance for when the motherfuckers come through and crash up the city with their powers, and you have to get your shit built back.
Yeah. So about that, what was that supposed to be?
No, that's not real. I was just joking.
No, I mean, because I kept seeing all this stuff about people getting their powers. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, they were saying somebody apparently by December 21st, COVID was supposed to be. It's I guess like the Terrigen Mist.
Oh God! Really? It is time.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I don't know. I guess I'm assuming that's what that was supposed to be. But I said that months ago. I've been saying, yo, fuck that. Give us the superpowers. Y'all ain't keeping us in. So we've seen them spraying chemtrails for years. Decades now. Like, they openly and blatantly do it in New York City. They drive down the street at 4 o'clock in the morning down a one-way street. Backwards.
Yeah. All I know is some dude was talking about, didn't get my powers, but I got to stand. Like, what is this, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? That would be kind of cool, though. You just, I don't know. Never mind.
That's nice. You got to stand.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had one, that'd be some cool ass shit.
That would be shit.
Like, I don't know what perks me, but I'm gonna leave you alone.
That's one of the best. Yeah, me and my wife binge watched that.
Did you watch season 1 all the way up to the last couple of seasons, or did you just watch the?
No, we watched them all in Japanese.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
that's exactly how you do it.
And then we watched it on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, hearing the English voice kind of sucks, doesn't it?
To be honest, I just enjoy the animation, so it's either or for me because the language it pretty much translates out to the same difference. So it's better for it to be translated so I can understand it. It's
fair enough. Yeah. I just know I would definitely like to get back to Japan, man. That's the main thing I've been focusing on ever since this.
Korea was nice too.
I'll probably get to Korea one day. But my focus is mainly just Japan again because it was so fucking peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like, and I was actually getting help too. People were asking me, "Hey, do you need help?"
Mm.
And here I am, this 6'2" black guy with locks, and I'm like, "You talking to me? You want to help me?" Okay, that's what's up. And the other reason is like honestly, it just felt like I found myself. You know, because and I know I keep talking about the divorce shit and everything, but I mean, it was around the same time. Ironically enough, we were supposed to go there for our anniversary, which was in December, December 19th. And I was like, after, because she left the house in October around the 13th. And I told her, I'm thinking about going to Japan still. And she said, don't do it because some things you can't take back. I'm like, damn, okay. So ultimately, around my birthday in January, I said, fuck it, I'm going. I'm not going to let anything hold me back. It's my decision, it's my choice, and it's on a day where, I don't have to worry about somebody threatening me with like, oh, I'm going to make your life worse. So I went. Now, it's the first time I'd ever gone so far away from the United States. It's a 14-hour flight. Sat in the very back of the airplane going. When I came back, I sat in the front of the airplane. So it was almost like it's fitting, but just going out there, doing something on my own, not really knowing what I was going to get into, and being able to find help even if I didn't need it. Especially being black, because over in America, it's like it's almost like it's a sin to ask for help, or you got to go through so much crap with other people, but just to be treated like a human in general, no matter what the color was, shit was nice, man.
Mm.
But I did it. I decided to do it on my own, and I've been a total of like 3 times, I want to say, and each time it's always been fun, and I've never had any issues. Hopefully it'll stay like that, but still, it's like just being. It's my place of peace.
Mm. That's interesting. I've not been out of the country. My uncle died after he left Japan. I think it was China, from cat scratch fever. What's ironic? I don't know if I told you this story. In my city, my uncle was pretty famous. He was a dancer. His dance troupe prior to when he died was around second in the country to Alvin Ailey.
Wow.
It was called the Paul Hall Contemporary Dance Theater. If you look it up now, you probably can't find shit of it, but I'll tell you what, I may look up one of his YouTube videos of a company, or not a company, but a group he was in called Mikata. Baby, making my soup? Oh, damn it. All right, I'll make my own soup then.
That's your power. You get to make your own soup.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Especially comparable to Alvin Ailey, which is a monumental dance school, still around as a matter of fact. Man.
So I when he died in, what was it, 97 with AIDS, me and 2 of my cousins who were a few years older than me, this damn fucking thing, I done put new batteries in it and everything, and it still won't stop beeping.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I hear you on live, man, I hear that beep, and I'm like, it must be blazing.
Dude, I'm unplugged it. It don't stop. I went to the store, bought new batteries, put them in, plugged it back in. Don't stop. I'm like, why the fuck is this thing still beeping? Is there something wrong? And I haven't died yet. We done pulled the damn fire alarm. The fire department has been here.
You sure it's that one? Sure it's not another one?
Well, there are a few in here, but no, it's that one. Got at least 3 of these bitches.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you, man, but it's got to be annoying, especially if you're trying to go to sleep.
No, actually, you tend to tune it out. It's like, I guess it's like children. If you have a kid that's sitting there crying, after a while, you just know they're throwing a tantrum and you let it exist.
Meanwhile, there's a shark in the background. Baby's just, being drug out to sea. Like, hey, it's a tantrum. He's okay.
Let
Let's fight the shark.
him fight the shark. Exactly. That's hilarious. But yeah, man. So there's so many different loopholes and things that you can use, and in that situation that can be advantageous for you and for your daughter.
I need to do fucking double dutch right about now. That's how many loopholes I need.
Yeah. But like I said, man, if you are open to it, we'll sit down around tax time and I can show you a loophole, at least a single loophole. Because here's the thing. Everybody's like, I need to get this shit untangled, man. I'm so tangled from here and here. Okay. The first step is to start tugging at one angle to try and untangle what's tangled.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's obviously many ways to do that. But people always look about, well, I want to increase, so I want to invest. Okay, great. But again, I asked the question, do you want to make money from investing or preserve capital?
Would it be possible to preserve capital first and then make money later on?
Yes, that is.
I know as you age, especially if you've invested in the right thing, like the life insurance policy, that does help out in the long run. But me, I definitely know I need to preserve.
Beeping. I'm sorry. Now I hear it and it's annoying. Now you've made me cognizant of it.
It'll be all right, man. Oh, God. You should take that noise and implement it into a song and just make that part of the beat.
I'm going to do that.
Oh, man. But yeah, definitely want to preserve capital because right now capital is, it's fleeting. That needs to stop. And eventually, it would be nice to have an investment that I know will be secure over time. So,
okay. But so in a more direct fashion, my question is beginning. Do you want to preserve capital or to make money? There's a reason why I'm asking. You'll figure out why after.
Right now, to be honest, to make money. And I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I do need something that's going to help me start to balance things out. Because in all honesty, I think if I could get that balance, it would probably help me untangle the knot more.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you know what risk tolerance is?
I would assume that would involve the amount of money I'm willing to, not willing, but the amount of money that I can work with in order to make that happen.
Partially. What that is the amount of money that you can stand to lose and say, meh. For example, people will say, I can't afford a life insurance policy, but get on daily shows and talk about bitches all day and give 12 dozen $5 fucking super chats.
Yeah.
So don't give me that bullshit.
I know I could definitely afford a life insurance policy, especially with the minimum of like, let's just say 50, until I'm able to increase that amount to more. So, and like you said, it's all about knowing what you need in your life and what you don't need in your life. So Right now, I'm not playing Xbox like I used to. If I had decided to, it'd probably be the yearly subscription, not the freaking every single month. It's almost like you're paying double for that. So yeah.
Well, no, it's not that much more drastic. It's very much a smaller percentage. So, for example, if you pay $100 a month or $1,200 a year, you're still paying the same $1,200. It's like a 0.0. It's like 30 cents difference, or like $3 over the course of the year. But it's more advantageous when you're looking at larger policies and alternative concepts. Remember, I specialize in alternative concepts. So I'm not just getting you a life insurance policy. This is why all the time on every panel, you always hear me talking about Nipsey Hussle talking about $1 million life insurance on his flesh and saying that's BS for him to have, because $1 million is only $50,000 a year for 20 years. So most of the guys on the panel have been, are, or will be millionaires at some point in their life. They just ain't never heard $1 million at one point in time. So they're thinking, ooh, heebie-jeebies, a millionaire.
I mean, in all honesty, it's like, if you, like even me, if I were to calculate all my time that I've been on the job over the years without the taxes being taken out, yeah, easily would probably be a millionaire.
Yeah. Now, there's other things that add to your net worth, like life insurance. That's actually a calculation in your net worth. Things that take away from your net worth are things like your mortgage, right? Because right now, your mortgage is worth more than your house, as you know.
Yeah.
For about the next 25, I could show you how you pay your house off in 20 years. And I did it for a chick in New York. She bought a house for $541,000. She's 44. She works for the Metropolitan Transit Authority, the MTA, or the state. So she's got a good job. She's a nurse with them. The mortgage, I can't remember how much it was. The policy was $1,800 a month. I got paid from that off of $200 a month. I do get an annual premium. I'm telling you that because that's state law in New York, not because I really cared to tell you how I get paid. But since I operate in New York and this is out there like that, I follow federal regulations, motherfucker. But so she got the benefit of the additional $1,600 worth of cash value accumulation, which meant that when she is 64, she will have, I pulled out the amortization schedule to show her the exact numbers. But I don't remember the exact, but she had it was around $265,000 that was left on the mortgage. And she had that in the chunk in the life insurance policy. So she paid that off, meaning that she eliminated her mortgage payment and she stopped paying the life insurance payment. But that life insurance policy also paid her, because of the way she ballooned the cash value, will pay her. I can't say paid her. This is why I can't give testimonies, because this shit isn't like some shit that you do today and benefit from tomorrow. We don't hope for you to fucking die with life insurance. We hope for you to live. So
yeah, it'd be kind of hard to get a testimony after that.
Yeah. So
yeah, hell of a testimony.
I died and it paid. But I did get a testimony, actually. A young woman explained how she used her life insurance policy to pay for college, but it was bought for her by her parent when she was a child, because you can get life insurance on a child as soon as they're 15 days old. But so with this house for $544,000, that now at 65, she's paid off, like I said, the house, saving her another 10 years of mortgage payments, which would be $500,000. You know how mortgages work. So if she had 265 there, that meant that at next 10 years was still interest, not principal. Which fucking sucks. Mortgages suck.
I mean,
you have a single family or multi?
Single.
Do you have a basement?
I wish I did. God, I wish I did. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's
you got a shanty shack, nigga.
Say what?
I said you got a shanty shack.
What the fuck, man? It's a split level. Get off my
No,
ass.
I'm asking you. Do you have a shanty shack, nigga? Can you get like some shit in the backyard that you could just live in and thug it out in, and rent that bitch to somebody?
Well, actually, that's
Dave Ramsey shit, nigga. You listen, this is on some
look,
fuck.
man. Hey, hold on. Let me. You gonna let me tell you what I got playing? You just gonna keep talking shit? I mean, really, man. You want to talk shit? We can do the YouTube shit. Oh, he got quiet. Okay, I guess I can stop talking shit now. I'm sorry. So, so yeah. I mean, ultimately, that's what the plan is gonna be. I am gonna rent the house out. That I have to figure out. I have to get in contact with my girl's cousin, who is a realtor, and have him manage the house and everything. But if I can rent it for $1,500 at the most, that'll definitely help out as far as paying for the house. So I won't have to worry about that. The rest will come from working my ass off at work. Because like Kevin Samuels actually did a video on that. He said that if you're in a fucked up situation, and I'm pretty sure he didn't say it like that, but you know, we're gonna quote it. If you're in a fucked up situation and you're only working 40 hours a week, then what are you doing? Because clearly you don't want to get out of that situation. So you're gonna have to man up, probably not have a life for a while, work at least 60 hours a week until you get to where you need to be at.
Yeah, he does say that.
Yeah, I thought about that. And I'm like, he's got a point. He's got a damn good point. And that was in the videos before the women started trying to dog him out, making it seem like he's coming for women all the time, which is a sad thing. Because he's trying to educate both sexes. Well, and now what would be considered both sexes nowadays? I don't know what other people are. I mean, I'm not hating. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to offend. You know, cancel culture, man. I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm just saying.
I don't want to offend nobody, but listen, it is what it is. If I offend you, I offend you. I am, listen, I am who I am. I have a political friend on my Facebook who is opposition for one Kwasi Mfume, and she is a Republican, and her initials are KK, and she has very strong stances as well. I'm trying not to get her in trouble in any way. But yeah, she's a. I would recommend, if you're in the Baltimore area, I would definitely recommend you check her out.
It's probably gonna be a minute before I'm in the Baltimore area or any area, because COVID, C-19.
Yeah, that CV, it'll do it to you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll definitely do it to you. So, but yeah, so with that 544, at the end of that, she's 65 years old, or 64. She paid off the mortgage, and now she has that $1,800 a month she's no longer paying, nor the mortgage. Plus, the life insurance policy is going to pay her $65,000 a year for 12 years. So that's until the money runs out. Now, with something called the RMD, which is required minimum distribution, which is something you should be concerned about with retirement. It means that at 71 and a half, you have no choice but to start receiving your retirement funds. Because some people don't retire when they in their 70s because they like, damn, I'm gonna retire with $67,000 at 71 and 2008. I had a guy in 2012 who retired from a 38-year job with $214 a month. See, back in 1978, when he was getting that and they promised him that, it made sense. But it didn't keep up with inflation. So then inflation happens at a 3% annual increase, which means that in 10 years, your money is cut in half. So if you have $100 in 10 years, it's worth 50. That same $100 you had. So then another 10 years, it's worth 25.
That sounds like so much fun.
Right. So he had $214 a month left living in the Bronx, New York.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't want that to be me. End up being a Walmart greeter with a deathstroke mentality.
You gotta have it.
I mean, I hear you, but
either way, you're gonna be there or not.
Right.
Right.
Someone have to like mop up little Timmy after you get done with him. You know, it's like I told the kid not to ride the cart. Told him not to ride a damn cart.
That fucking beeping. Yo, now that you've made me cognizant of it, it's like happening more.
I mean, you might just have to end up getting a new
thing, yeah.
Yeah, fire alarm or something.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I need a new thing. I'll probably have to go to Walmart and get one.
I do feel your pain though, because it's like when you're not trying to hear it, especially after you know that you've done everything that you can in order to change the battery, it's like it gets louder.
Oh my God.
I wasn't trying to do it. That was as loud as I heard. Oh God.
Listen, man. All right, I'm getting sleepy. It's 3:00. I know I've been giving a lot of time to this, and the wife is out there, but I do want to share this because that shit's crazy. So the RMD is required minimum distribution, which means you have to take your retirement account, or the IRS taxes it at 50%. Now, most people ain't even thinking of getting to 71. We know people in this space who are in their late 50s, late 60s, or at least mid 60s. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So 71, I know people who are in their 80s. Personally.
So even after you start taking the money out, they got to get their money. They're still going to tax.
No. They don't take it from you 50% when you take it out. But if you don't take it out, they tax you at 50%.
Oh, what the hell? That's crazy.
Mm.
So if you take it out early, they tax you. If you leave it in, they tax you. So it sounds like
taking it out is 59.5. So it's basically 60 and 72. I don't know why they put that and a half shit. It's either 60 or 59. But they say 59.5 is when you're 59.5, you can take it out. And when you're 71.5, you have to take it out. But I'm like, why the fuck don't they just do either 59 or 60 or 71 or 72? Like, what's this and a half shit? Financial services.
But it still sounds, no matter how you look at it, they're still going to tax you, because once you get the money, aren't they just going to look at it like earnings?
Nope. It depends on the type of product you put in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a lot to learn then.
Yeah, dude. She also got a fucking retirement account off of her life insurance. Oh, and if she dies along the way, because again, none of this stuff has happened yet. She's not yet 64. We did this in 2013, so she was 44 then. So this is all planning for 20 years down the line. She had a son who was 16 at the time. So when she dies, she at least wants to leave him the house. Obviously, here's the benefit of it. Even though she only insured the mortgage, because it was a permanent policy, it's building cash value. So if she does die along the way, the death benefit will not only pay for it, because we did it with what's called an increasing death benefit, which is like getting aftermarket parts on your car, or AMG parts on your Benz. Or Mopar parts on your Jeep. Shit like that. You know what I mean? Actually, I should bring my brother-in-laws up here because they in the cars. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna bring the bros back up here, and we're gonna do my my homeboy actually did a show called Chronicle Max. He's actually the first dude who interviewed me as to why. Do you know why I started selling life insurance? I should start asking people that.
Is it because you got shot several times and it basically changed the way you view stuff, or was it something else after that?
Well, part of that is because I got shot several times, but I saw a commercial for Affleck that said if you like to help people and make money, this is the industry you should be in. And I guess the fact that I got shot several times, it changed the way I thought.
I know that was one of the biggest reasons why you decided to start doing it. I didn't know there's more to it like that. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, shoot, man. Let me because I know you got to get going. I got to start doing my channel again. Shit, I'm so behind.
yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. I'm usually like just up here watching. I don't even like. I just felt like hopping on, and to be honest, normally what I do, I've been trying to figure out how to just record, but every time I go to record only, it ends up going live anyway. So I'd be like, all right, well, I'll just go live. I tend to only be like 30 to 45 minutes, but I get long-winded sometimes, and it happens. But I'll probably start changing some things that I'm doing. We build it while we fly, as other content creators say.
Right.
And these are the things that make things, and shit like that.
All right, man.
Yeah. So listen, I'll finish it up though, because I do want to finish up this point, which is getting that house. So this is something that you can do and you can implement, and it doesn't. I'm gonna put up another video. I'm gonna figure out how to screen record the other video because I have another channel. My channels are all years old because years ago I've been doing all this financial shit for over 10 years. Now niggas coming up with Forex, and because it's popping fast, I know niggas who sell derivatives.
Do you have
Walmart and Victoria's Secret?
What kind of computer do you have?
I have a fucking Samsung Chromebook 11, because this was, I guess, the newest one at the time when I saw it. It was like $200. So I said, all right. All I needed was really something that I was gonna go do consults on. I wasn't looking for nothing fancy. I don't.
Look up a program called OBS.
OBS.
Yep, Oscar Bravo Sierra.
Okay.
It'll allow you to record your screen, and at the same time, you should be able to record your voice as well.
Okay.
Once you get it set up, it'll be a little bit easier to use. But initially, it's a kind of a pain in the ass.
Understood. It gets like that. Well, shit, I appreciate that. That's some cool shit, brother. I'm getting hip to the game. I guess we will build it as we fly. I just looked it up, so I'm gonna go hop on it. But to finish out, so it's really cool and easy to set up. To get, like I said, your home. You probably, we did discuss a lot of topics, so you did probably. I want to bring it home with you on this. So actually, you're starting off great, and I would give you, I guess, on a grade of a blazer. I don't know what color you would be yet, but probably a green blazer because you're going in the right direction.
Okay. I'm not gonna be your sidekick now, but okay, we'll go with that. Go hop in the damn stunt car and be like, "Come along, green blazer. It's time to change finances." He done gave me the damn Tiger Woods Masters jacket. Okay, I'll take it.
Well, I'll figure it out because the only reason I said green is because I used to take capoeira, and I got to a green cordel, which is the second level, so the first level above white.
Did you get a nickname?
I did not. I didn't stay. I was very young at the time.
Nah. Yeah, I took American karate. You know what I realized?
What?
You don't take American anything.
No, we don't.
We're gonna teach you how to punch. All right, good. Now we're gonna teach you how to punch again. All right, good. Now you can use both fists. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah. Now capoeira is actually I should get back into capoeira. Capoeira is so good for you.
I believe it. If you can combine capoeira with God, what was the other? Was it kickboxing? It was another martial arts style that, huh?
Muay Thai?
Maybe. It was just something that kind of flowed with it to the point where they went hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was either like capoeira and Muay Thai kickboxing or God, it's gonna bother me. I used to know what it was.
Don't you hate that when it's on the tip of your tongue? You're like, damn it.
It's not parkour. Well, I mean, you can still technically learn parkour because if you can learn, I think that's kind of what it is. Now, parkour is not exactly a martial art. It's an art, but it's like the art of fleeing.
Yeah, but
instead of fighting.
Being a martial art.
Huh?
I could see parkour being a martial art.
I mean, if you utilize it right, because there was actually a movie, a French movie. I think it was like you. Oh God, it was a simple ass title, but the movie was so cool. And they literally had the police officer and the guy that he teamed up with doing parkour pretty much every single scene in the film.
Damn.
I'll see if I can look it up and I'll shoot you the name of the movie later. But shit was so cool to the point where one of the main guys, the guy that actually played the criminal, got recognition, and I guess he was an actual parkour master. And like, did you ever see Live Free or Die Hard?
I don't remember. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it, but never the entire movie, even though I've seen the entire movie, if that makes sense.
Do you remember the part where they blew the helicopter up with the car?
This is Live Free or Die Hard? So this is the latest Die Hard, right?
This was like probably a few years back where they had the hacker and he started a fire sale. And I think there was like the hot Asian girlfriend and some other stuff was going on. But okay. Basically
this is bald Bruce Willis.
Yeah, bald Bruce Willis.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
That's pretty good. But in that scene, the guy that jumps out of the helicopter after the car, you could probably YouTube it. But he literally, Bruce Willis launches a car up from a median, and the car goes airborne, and he uses the car to kill a helicopter, basically. I think that's his own words. And the guy in the helicopter sees it coming. He's like, oh, shit, and he jumps out. But the helicopter is like, it looks like maybe like parking deck level.
Mm-hmm.
So the dude jumps out and he survives because he did parkour. That was the same guy that was in that movie. So I guess that's how he got his recognition.
Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can share it right now. I just found it. Holy shit. This way you can tell me if it is it or not, because I literally have not seen this shit. Can you see that?
Yeah. This is probably it.
I'm trying to skip this damn ad, but they won't let me.
You have to click on the exclamation mark and then click on saying stop seeing ad.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's the whole chase scene. It was like maybe closer to
Oh, this is the helicopter chase scene, okay.
Well, hang on. Get closer to the end.
Close here.
Maybe a little bit farther.
Oh, how they took it down. Yeah.
Well, that wasn't the guy. Dang. Okay. Wait. That's got to be it. Yeah. That's it.
Whoa, why is this shit? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on, let me go watch it from here.
Stay right here for a minute, all right? What? Can't beat it, John. Get over to the wall, sir. All you gotta do is get jersey. He's big. How hard can that be, huh? It can't be that hard enough. Yeah. Traffic jam? Roll the car at me? Stop me? Get in there, get it done. I'll put this one. You check out.
Okay, that's the French guy. That's got the gun. That's the French guy.
Hey, cousin, where?
Mm-hmm.
You good? Oh, this is a bad fucking idea.
Here we go. Oh shit! Yeah.
That's lit. Wow. And somehow survived.
Was how he landed. Now, granted, most of the shock was absorbed by his legs.
Yeah.
But he had to. How was it? You had to bend your legs and land on the balls of your feet. Because if you keep your legs straight, yeah, you're gonna have bones go right through.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
That was a good ass movie too.
Hey, that's. I'm gonna definitely watch that because I had not seen that particular Die Hard. But such is life. At any rate, yeah. So listen, dude. There's mad tricks of the trade. Like I said, that joint with getting the house is mad easy to do. I was actually mentioning before, if you're new to this space, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you're new to this space, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Support the Cash App to help hit the Cash App to help support the channel growth. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Normally I will play music to ring it out, but I'm not in my whole festive 2-hour mode. To be honest, I'm a little lit and I got the munchies for real, so I'm about to go snack on something. But I gotta find something. I'm probably gonna have like diced peaches or something.
Dude's got a preference. Diced peaches, please, with extra sub.
Yeah. Well, you know, something that's good for you, at least in some sense. So nice.
You go hate.
Listen, it's better than McDonald's right now because I could definitely go for like 7,000 kilograms of French fries. Isn't that how
those are fries you're eating?
You
sure those are fries you're eating?
Probably not. Them shits do stay forever. I've seen them leave me. You see them in like your friends, the back of your car with folks with kids. I'll be like, yo, them shits was there for like 14 months. Like, and they have no mold on them.
Yeah, that's why you don't eat off. Like if you drop a fry, well, especially now, but if you drop a fry on the floor, you better make sure it's the right one.
Damn. That's crazy. Anyway, all right, brother. Listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. It was good to have you on. I'll definitely be doing probably much shorter stuff than this. You can book that consult, and what I recommend, though, to be honest, is when we do the consult, it should be sooner than later. The point is this, and here's the thing about life insurance that pisses me off with people. You don't need to have dollars to pay for life insurance right now. So you're saying, oh, I'm gonna wait all this time. It takes usually up to 8 weeks because while you're thinking about it, the life insurance company has to think about you. So we have to do things like send a paramed out to you to take blood and urine, oral swabs, EKGs, things like that. Right?
Okay.
Then we have to get your medical records from your doctor, which takes at least 30 days. Then we have to look at that and make our determination. Take a look at your family health history. There's a whole bunch of other stuff before they issue the policy.
Well, in that case, I think I do need to go to the doctor. So, yeah, okay, cool.
You've been to the doctor in the last 5 years, so that's fine. As long as you're not, you ain't been diagnosed with, actually, that's a good thing. Corona, actually, because it's so new, they are putting like 90-day delays on Corona. So they are not declining policies, but they're saying we have to reevaluate after a positive assessment for Corona before we can positively or negatively approve this life insurance policy.
Well, the worst thing I ever had to deal with was like a horrible case of anal glaucoma. But I had to get over it because eventually I did have to see my ass getting to work. So hey.
I got you. So yeah, that's that. But also the only reason you need money up front is to get what's called a conditional receipt, which means that when you apply for that policy and give money towards the policy, you're automatically covered. Otherwise, if you don't give premium towards the policy and you die while you're in underwriting, the insurance company ain't got to pay shit. But if you have a conditional receipt, then the insurance company would be beholden to at least $100,000 to your beneficiary, even if they were going to decline the policy if you died while they were in underwriting.
Well, now that I know that, yeah, let's definitely go ahead and make that happen. Or give me some time to get stuff straight too. So
It's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Yeah, so you can go to the doctor while they're making their determinations, because they ain't gonna get your doctor's notes for another 30 days from the time they get and process the application. They're gonna do a RX screen, and they're not gonna start none of that until they get the blood and urine from you, which you have to schedule. So let's say you and I today applied for a policy right now, and I send you the e-app because that's how I do. I don't physically need to come to you. I just email you an application. You fill it out, put it in the portal, boom. Okay, you haven't transacted any dollars, but you know it's going to cost XYZ, and you put your bank account in there saying, okay, when this happens, I can do that. You also have what's called a 30-day free look period. So even after you pay your first $10,000 in the premium, first dollar in the premium for your first 30 days, whatever amount of premium that is, in your first 30 days, you can say, you know what, I don't want it no more, cancel the policy, and you get your premium back. Why you would do that, I don't know, but people have that option. Just like the, crazy shit like I didn't know I had the option to use OBS, but now I do.
All right. Yeah,
we'll definitely. I be getting off on these high tangents because I be getting blitzed and shit. But listen, brother, good having you on. Thanks for supporting the channel. Live life. I'm gonna bring this down and close this out with some music. Peace out, brother.
All right, cool. Appreciate it.
No doubt. All right, y'all. That's that. I'm gonna go ahead and loop back. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and play this music right quick for y'all and bounce out. And I appreciate all those who came through. Salute. Like I said, normally these are gonna be a little bit shorter. I've got some stuff I'm gonna chop up with this now, and we're gonna make something happen, Captain. So appreciate all those who support. Get into your main brain and make sure that you can make it work. Maintain all the things that you got to maintain.